I saw our old friend Ronda Rousey was on the Bert Kreischer podcast. And I'm not quite sure why she's popping up so much as of late. Is she promoting something? Is there a reason why she's doing so much media? Or is it just she feels like doing media? Does anyone know?
I don't think there's anything in particular. Maybe she's...
I know she had a comic book recently, some sort of like, I don't know if it's because of that. But anyway, I think she was was she on Charlemagne or the Breakfast Club? Or is that the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay. This particular section had a lot of people talking, and I wanted to weigh in on it as well. So take a listen, and then we'll respond.
MMA fans and media are the most "what have you done for us lately" crowd of any sport. Like, you look at WWE, and they have such a reverence for their legends. And
can we pause for a second? Is that a black eye? I'm just noticing.
Definitely looks like it.
Okay, interesting. I mean, there's, like I've said, there's something there. There's definitely something there. Things are happening. And I would not be shocked if we see her fight again. 1,000%. And also, it could fall through, but things are happening. Okay, sorry. Can we start from the beginning? Sorry, all of a sudden I was like, wait a second, is that a black guy? Let's see.
MMA fans and media are the most "what have you done for us lately" crowd of any sport. Like, you look at WWE, and they have such a reverence for their legends. And at MMA, it's like the second that you're not on top, you're not shit, and you never were shit. Chuck Liddell, when he's on top, oh my God, he's the best. The second that he loses, oh, Chuck Liddell ain't shit, he never was shit. Rampage Jackson, oh my God, he's the next Mike Tyson, he's so great. Second he loses, oh, Rampage ain't shit, he never was shit.
Yeah.
GSP, oh, he loses, he's not shit, he never was shit. And I think the only reason that why MMA fans have their lips so firmly planted at the base of Khabib's cock is because he retired before he reached his limit. And if he kept fighting until he reached his limit, everybody would be like, oh, Khabib ain't shit, he never was shit. And they're like that with everybody. Like, name one person.
I mean,
Brock ain't shit, he never was shit. Name one past champion that has that the kind of respect that the current champions do. It's really sad, because I think it encourages people to try and get out while they're peaking and taking all of that equity with them instead of passing it on to whoever's next to take up the mantle. I wanted to retire undefeated because I was so afraid of, like, oh, everything that I've accomplished is going to be nothing if I ever lose. So I have to retire undefeated.
It's such a misinformed, ill-advised take, in my opinion. And it's one of many, but this one really annoyed me for multiple reasons. The main one being, she's not talking about UFC fans or MMA fans. She's talking about the UFC. She's talking about the UFC. And so whatever feeling she has towards the company, towards the executives, she's misdirecting those feelings towards the fans. The fans did nothing to Ronda Rousey. And when she talks about the "you ain't shit, you never were shit," or when she talks about comparing the treatment of WWE legends to UFC legends, she's talking about the way the UFC treats its legends compared to how WWE treats its legends. WWE has legends deals. WWE has their Hall of Fame, and they bring everyone out and they bring them to events and stuff like that. When do you see these people that she was talking about at events? How often do you see the legends of yesteryear at events? You may see them, but like, come on, let's be honest. Where's the UFC legends deal and all that stuff? Ask the top dogs, the legends, many of those names that she talked about, how they feel about the UFC, whether they feel welcome, whether they feel loved, whether they feel like they've been treated well post-fighting. She's talking about the organization, but she can't say it for whatever reason, so she'll blame it on the fans. The fans did nothing to you, Ronda Rousey, other than idolize you, other than adore you, other than treat you like a mega superstar that you deserve to be treated like. I was at every single one of her fights, every single one in the UFC. I was in Brazil. I remember saying, this is like the Beatles in Brazil. She's fighting one of their own, Betch Correia. They treated her like a superstar, like a god, like John Lennon was there. They couldn't have treated her any better. I was in Melbourne, Florida. Excuse me, not Florida, Australia. I was there. Melbourne, Florida, former spring training home of the Monkey Trail Expos. That's why I say that. I was there too. I was there. I saw it. She was the star. She was the face of the UFC. As Conor is coming up, she's still the face. This is 2015. And she lost. And I remember the narrative after the fight. It wasn't she ain't shit, she never was shit. The narrative was, you know what? We should have seen this coming. After all, Holly Holm was a Hall of Fame boxer and a pretty damn good kickboxer as well. We probably should have given her a lot more respect. But Ronda was on this trajectory. She was flying high, and she's being compared to Floyd Mayweather and on Ring magazine covers and all this stuff. And people are like, yeah, like she's got tremendous hands. She should be able to beat anyone in boxing. And here's this former boxing champion, legend, Hall of Famer who comes in and annihilates her. And then the next time we see her, she's getting off a plane, covering her face because she felt embarrassed because she was such a gamer, such a competitive person that it crushed her. And that's okay. But guess what? UFC fans, whether she wants to believe it or not, and I didn't live it, but I can say this with the utmost certainty. They wanted to love her. They wanted to coddle her and appreciate her. She did not allow that. When she returned, she didn't do a single interview. She didn't attend media day. When we were sitting there waiting for the morning weigh-ins, the official weigh-ins, she snuck in, snuck out, and looked at all of us with disgust. She blamed all of us for it. The media, the fans, just because she lost. The crime of losing. She turned it into such a big thing that she was a shell of herself. She wasn't even present at that fight against Amanda Nunes. And then she scurried off and went to WWE. And she alienated those fans too. UFC fans are you ain't shit, never were shit bunch. Are you kidding me? Everyone always talks about how the fact that like boxing fans and boxing or boxers and the boxing community wishes that the fans in boxing treated the stars of today like MMA fans do. Some of the greatest MMA fighters of all time have, and most beloved and popular fighters of all time have double-digit losses on their resumes. BJ Penn, when he was, active and stuff towards the end of his career, had a lot of losses. Nate Diaz, Randy Couture, Chuck Liddell, the Max Holloways of the world. These guys aren't undefeated, but beloved and appreciated. Rampage, he was always loved. What are you talking about? Yeah, do people talk shit about you when you lose? Yeah, that's just the times. Everyone gets it. Conor lost to Nate Diaz. People liked him more after the loss. The way he stood there and met with the media and took his lumps and came back stronger. She could not be more wrong about this. And she continues to go on this media tour talking shit about the MMA fans and the MMA community, when in reality, her issue is with the way the UFC treats its legends, the way the UFC treats their own. Comparing that to the WWE, which is a very valid point, by the way. But you're comparing two different things, the wrong things. It's organization to organization, not fan base to fan base. You couldn't be more wrong. MMA fans have the shortest term memory. That's what everyone loves about them. Dustin comes back tomorrow. Everyone goes gaga. If Nate comes back tomorrow, everyone goes gaga. What are you talking? Look at Charles Oliveira, for God's sakes. Issa Makhachev got knocked out in the UFC. Ain't shit, wasn't shit. And the Khabib thing is just kind of like a crass thing to say. Khabib was beloved. He went out on top. His last few fights were legendary. There was a tragedy that happened in his family. He honored his father and his mother. That's why he's beloved. Yeah, sure. There's like a Khabib fan say like he's the greatest of all time because he's undefeated, all that. Yeah, but like if you think that the only reason why this guy's beloved is just because he retired undefeated, it's like the fourth thing that people mention. Champion, the Poirier submission, the Conor fight, the whole thing with Iaquinta. Like, come on. And sure, it got cut short. And I don't have him as my greatest of all time just because he didn't do enough at the top. He didn't defend the belt enough, all this stuff and more. It's such a bad, like MMA fans still love John Jones despite all the shit. Despite all the shit. It couldn't be a more misinformed and misguided take. And like she sits there and just like talking to a guy who, is just like, and trashes Joe Rogan, all this stuff. Why are you so mad? That's what I would love to know. I would love to ask Ronda, why are you so mad? Why are you so mad at the world? You have seemingly a lot of great things going for you. What are you so mad about? And why are you holding on to this anger? It's not healthy after all these years. Couldn't believe that when I heard that. She's literally talking about the organization. She's talking about the UFC. She's not talking about the UFC fans. Well, she is, but she is wrong with where she is directing her hatred. And the accusation is not apt. MMA fans are the most loving. They want to build you back up. I know you're going to say like, oh, they shat on Sage and they shat on Paige and this and that. No. I'm talking about the legends of the game. The actual legends are adored, beloved, revered. Yeah, do they talk shit when you lose a bad fight and then you come back and you win and they adore you? And don't confuse the fucking Twitter trolls for the real fans. Don't get caught up in that nonsense. And she's still caught up in it 10 years later. It's unbelievable. I can assure you this, as she's out there, saying how much the WWE fans are better, riddle me this, Miss Ronda Rousey. You show up to a WWE event tonight. What's the reception going to be like? Show up to a UFC event this weekend. Show up to MSG. What's the reception going to be like? Don't even bother. I'll tell you what the reception will be like. Show up to the UFC event, you will get a standing ovation. You will be hounded and beloved. Show up to the WWE event, I think you're booed. I think you're straight up booed. So what does that tell you? Come on now. You couldn't be more wrong. Could not be more wrong. And it's very annoying that we have to continue to listen to this. And I just would love to know, find love in your heart, find peace in your heart, move on. No one cares about the Holly Holm fight. No one cares about the Amanda Nunes fight. Come back, do your thing. If you're going to fight Gina, great. If you're going to fight someone else, great. Thanks for watching this video. Before you go, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for us. Also, give us a thumbs up, leave a nice comment. These things go a long way. And while you're here, do check out the rest of the channel. We've got live shows and full interviews, clips, and a whole lot more. We're doing big things here, and we appreciate your support very much.